Today we will be discussing Catholicism versus the world by Julian Bars, aka me. The Bible is the most important aspect of Catholicism, more important than church. The Bible discusses the Holy Trinity, the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, all together. That means that there is three persons. That means there are three persons and one gods, or a god, not one person and three gods. And do not get that confused, or you will be banished to hell! Banished! The Old Testament stories that go through historical events are mostly seen as metaphorical, but we will go into more of that for Judaism, the religion of the Jews. In the New Testament, the way to salvation in heaven is through the Son of God, not through booze. That leads to temporary heaven. The morals basically consist of loving Jesus and the people around you, no matter what. Even if they stole your girl and your girl went to the courts to take half of your money, half of your house, half of your kid, but you have to forgive her. Jesus is the way. Now let's discuss Judaism. The Tanakh is the collection of holy books for Judaism, Jewish people. It stands for the Torah, which means the law, Nevim, which means the prophets, and Ketuvim, which means the writings. Why didn't they just call it the TNK? I don't know. The stories in the Tanakh are the same as the ones in the Old Testament of the Catholic Bible, but some Jewish people actually believe in the stories that are in there, not just the underlying theme and metaphorical message, like I tend to do. As long as that does not interfere with scientific research, it is A-OK. The morals of Judaism have more to do with living a morally righteous life more than obsessing on what will happen to you after you die. So you don't have to lose all of your hair just because you forgot that pulled pork sandwiches has pork! Doesn't that look delicious? I want a pulled pork sandwich right now. Oh, heart disease coming my way. Oh well. And that is not kosher! Not kosher!
He doesn't like Sylvia's?
It's not kosher. Sorry, did I go there?
No, that's okay. That's fine.
Wait. Is Halloween? Is that a mask?
This is not a mask.
Is that a mask?
This is not a mask. This is me. I'm up in Harlem 5 minutes, and I run into a wise-ass rabbi.
Now for our last religion, let's go and talk about Islam. It is not the least important religion, but it is actually equal in respect, besides racist stereotypes.
No, that's a lie. In chapter 3, verse 55, can I finish? Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar!
Their book, the Quran, was discovered by some guy walking in the desert. His name was the Prophet Muhammad. Now do not do a depiction of him or you might get not alive anymore. Due to some extremists out there, which not everyone, but there are some. I don't know what brought his mom to name him the Prophet, but she sure had a vision. The book has 114 chapters. Not a very light read. But Muslims also follow the Torah, less so than Jewish people. This book is a guidance for inner peace.
Hey, are you selling that Holy Bible that you got from the aliens?
Yes, sir.
How much you want for it?
$1,000. Okay, one died, the Illuminati. This is it already. People 10 feet tall. They were talking to me.
So why'd you close the door?
I don't want the Illuminati to hear this.
You don't want the Illuminati to hear it?
No.
And how your actions committed to other people should be. Kind of like every other religion. Now let's look at the sacred text Now let's look at the examples of each individual respective sacred texts. A good example from the Bible is, love the Lord your God and with all your... Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind and with all your strength. The second is this, love your neighbor as yourself. There is no commandment greater than these. This was Mark 12, verse 30 through 31. The meaning of this quote is, the greatest out of the commandments that God gives us is to love Him and the people He created. And this is, of course, said by Jesus, our main man. I love you, Jesus. This basically means that if you love God and you live morally, and if you love God, that means you will love... What the f***? No. This means that if you love God, you will live morally, and if you love God, that means you will also love what He has created. Humans... No. This basically means that if you love God and you live morally, and if you love God, that also means you will love what He has created, humans. This also applies if you have made enemies with other people. You still have to love them. Catholicism versus Judaism. Judaism is a very good contrast of morals, as seen in this verse from the Tanakh, to act justly and to love mercy and to walk humbly with your God. Micah 6, verse 8. Act morally righteous, be merciful, and be humble. This is how you act for God. The Tanakh also asks Matt! Sorry about that interruption. The Tanakh asks of you to do actions with a moral purpose, and for you to forgive others and have mercy on them. But also, do not be too prideful of these actions. This is all how you live your life to its righteous potential, according to Judaism. The Bible also believes that this is important, but in Catholicism, they believe that Jesus will be the one to guide you to live morally, instead of just following the idea of following Yahweh, their God. Mark 12, verse 30 through 31, the previous quote from the Catholic Bible that you saw earlier, has similar moral lessons as this verse from the Quran. And worship Allah and associate not aught with him, and unto parents show kindness, and also unto kindred and orphans, and the needy, and the near neighbor, and the distant neighbor, and the companion by your side, and the wayfarer, and those whom your right hands own. Verily, Allah loveth not one who is vainglorious boaster. Quran 4, verse 36. Which basically means, only worship Allah. And don't treat your parents like shit. Just like the Bible saying, honor thy father and thy mother. And don't be arrogant, because then Allah will not love you anymore. Just like how the Bible shows us how wrong pride is, and the love of money is. Trump.
All Americans need a Bible in their home, and I have many. Proud to endorse and encourage you to get this Bible. We must make America pray again.
Make America pray again.
Thank all of you for watching.
Who's the big baby?
Second Amendment's going to be in trouble. Big trouble.